Hey everyone, Arvind this side. I hope all of you are doing great. In this video, I'm going to talk about the functional interfaces in Java. So, before looking into functional interface, let's summarize what is interface. So, interfaces, when you write an interface, it consists of abstract methods. From the release of Java 1.8, you can have default and static methods as well. Default static as well as private methods as well, which can have a body, right? So this is the simplest thing about interface that is there when you write it in your code. So what is special about the functional interface, right? Any interface which contains only one abstract method. So it's about this keyword, abstract method, right? So you can have any number of default, static and private methods in your interface, but if your interface consists of only one abstract method, then you can use a special term that is functional interface for that interface. Why is that functional interface? We are going to understand in a bit, right? So next thing, we are going to understand why they are introduced. There were interfaces, there were list of abstract methods, default, static, private. So why this special term functional interface is introduced, and why is the need to have only single unimplemented method in a single interface. So this is the Java project that I already have created, and I'm going to, first of all, I'm going to create a simple interface, right? This is the interface that I have created, and inside interface you can have methods. So this is the one method that is here. So this is the unimplemented method. One single method is there. So how can I make use of this simple interface? So to use this interface, I have to, there are two ways. So this is the one class that I have created. I can create a anonymous implementation of this interface. How I can do that? So I'll just build up the thing towards the functional interface, how it is useful, right? So if I want to create I want to make use of this simple interface, so I have to create the anonymous implementation of this simple interface. So this is how you create the anonymous implementation. And if I go here as si dot give me task, if I run it, it is going to give me this task running. So this is how I can use the give me task and this interface, right? So what if I show you a simpler single line for this? So let's see how we can do that. So this is the new symbol that I'm using here, right? So see, and it was for this one, and now if I want to call that one, give me task C. So earlier I used these number of lines to do this, and same things are being done using these two lines, the single line. I can, in this single line, I am implementing this interface, and inside that I'm defining this give me task method, right? So this is the symbol for the lambda. If you know about it, that is very good. So otherwise it's a very simple thing. If I want to implement this single method that is there in the interface, so if I do it in this way, if I use this symbol and pass anything here, it is going internally, it is going to put into the body of this give me task, right? So actually this method is very simple, that is why I have not used the curly braces and all those stuffs, but I can do it if there are return types and all those things. So I can make use of that, right? I can put the curly braces as well, right? And I can have the complex body around this. Anything that I want to put under this give me task, I can give here. So basically in this curly braces, I am defining this give me task method, and then assigning it to this interface. And when I call this give me task, I can, this will be triggered, basically what you have written inside this you can. So this is why it is introduced, right? To make the implementation easy and to make use of the lambda expression, so that we can use it easily inside the lambda expression. So when you write this symbol and put anything inside here, there is no confusion that where anything that you are writing here, where to go, that this will automatically go here in the give me task, right? And if I go ahead and write any other method here, give me task 1, it is going to throw an exception, it is going to throw an error, right? So if I come here, I can fix this anonymous implementation right here by implementing the other one that is there, right? But I cannot fix this one. Lambda expression is not applicable with the normal interfaces that you have until unless it is a functional interface, right? So I cannot fix this now. So what I have to do, I have to comment this out ultimately to use in lambda expression, right? So now comment this out as there is one annotation for that as well, functional interface, right? So if you put the functional interface with any with any interface, so it is going to put the conditions and logic to validate that interface. So with that interface, if I put anything, this is going to throw an exception that it is not an functional interface. So whether you remove this annotation or make it functional by doing this, right? Now the next condition, so you can have any static method under this, any number of default method here, any number of private method here. It is not going to complain because it is only concerned with the single unimplemented method, right? So here I have put the static, default and private methods here and with functional interface. Still it is not complaining that it is not functional interface because it is concerned with the unimplemented method only, right? So static default, it was there in 1.8 only, but the from Java 1.9 onwards, if you are using Java 1.8, this private method is going to complain you. But from the Java version 9 and onwards, you can have private method in your interfaces, right? So that is okay. So this is how you can create your own functional interfaces and make use of that, right? If I show, there are the functional interfaces in the Java itself, Java library itself. If I show you, one of that prominent one is the runnable multi-threading, right? So runnable, it has been annotated as at the rate functional interface. So it has only one run method. That is why it is functional interface. So let's see how we can use this one. So in the same class, let me runnable, and here I'm using this lambda expression here to pass the body here. So I have to use, I'm passing the body here. To give the body here, I'm using, I'm going to print some number, int. So just I'm printing these numbers to have some, uh, I did it just to have a logical body inside the runnable interface. Now, how I can make use of this runnable? So for that, we have thread class, right? So thread, you create new thread and pass the runnable inside this one. Now to run it, you pass the t dot start and the thread is running now. So when this start is called, this runnable will call the run method inside dash one, and the body inside the run method is this one, right? So just trigger this class, run this one and see this in action. Now in this video, I have shown you how you can create your own functional interface as well as how you can use the existing runnable interfaces that are with the system, right? See, it executed properly. So task running. So this is with the anonymous class implementation. This is the lambda and this is the runnable interface with lambda, right? So now the question is clear. This is clear why they are introduced, right? Apart from runnable interface, there are many interfaces that are that has been made functional and created and also introduced new functional interfaces in the JDK library. So if I talk about the examples, if you go to this package java.util.function, there are consumer, supplier, function and predicate interfaces that are functional in nature, and they're very useful in writing the functional programming kind of code, right? So I'm going to explain you some of these one consumer, supplier, function in the subsequent videos, right? So this is the GitHub page where you can get all the programs that I'm explaining and the topics, video links, all of this under this one. So if you get this link, Java Tech Source under Green Learner 01, you will get everything, all the list, all the series that I have completed under this topic, right? So you can go ahead and see other topics as well by going into this link and play around with those as well. So I'll see you in the next video. Till then, take care. Bye bye.